But Valentine knew. She had seen a squirrel half-skinned, spiked by its little hands and feet with twigs pushed into the dirt. She pictured Peter trapping it, staking it, then carefully parting and peeling back the skin without breaking into the abdomen. Watching the muscles twist and ripple, how long had it taken the squirrel to die? And all the while, Peter had sat nearby, leaning against the tree where perhaps the squirrel had nested, playing with his desk while the squirrel's life seeped away. At first she was horrified and nearly threw up at dinner, but watching how Peter ate so vigorously, talked so cheerfully. But later she thought about it and realized that perhaps, for Peter, it was a kind of magic, like her little fires, a sacrifice that somehow stilled the dark gods that hunted for his soul. Better to torture squirrels than other children. Peter has always been a husbandman of pain, planting it, nurturing it, devouring it greedily when it was ripe. Better he should take it in these small, sharp doses than with dull cruelty to the children in the school. "A model student," said his teachers. "I wish we had 100 others in the school just like him. Studies all the time, turns in all his work on time. He loves to learn." But Valentine knew it was fraud. Peter loved to learn, all right, but the teachers hadn't taught him anything, ever. He did his learning through the desk at home, tapping into libraries and databases, studying and thinking, and above all, talking to Valentine. Yet at school he acted as though he were excited about the puerile lesson of the day. "Oh, wow, I never knew that frogs looked like this inside," he'd say, and then at home he'd study the binding of cells into organisms through the phylotic collation of DNA. Peter was a master of flattery, and his teachers bought it. Still, it was good. Peter never fought anymore, never bullied, got along well with everybody. It was a new Peter. Everyone believed it. Father and Mother said it so often it made Valentine want to scream at them. "It isn't the new Peter, it's the old Peter, only smarter." How smart? Smarter than you, Father. Smarter than you, Mother. Smarter than anybody you have ever met. But not smarter than me. "I've been deciding," said Peter, "whether to kill you or what." Valentine leaned against the trunk of the pine tree, her little fire a few smoldering ashes. "I love you too, Peter. It would be so easy. You always make these stupid little fires. It's just a matter of knocking you out and burning you up. You're such a firebug." "I've been thinking of castrating you in your sleep." "No, you haven't. You only think of things like that when I'm with you. I bring out the best in you. No, Valentine, I've decided not to kill you. I've decided that you're going to help me." "I am?" A few years ago, Valentine would have been terrified at Peter's threats. Now, though, she was not so afraid. Not that she doubted he was capable of killing her. She couldn't think of anything so terrible that she didn't believe Peter might do. She also knew, though, that Peter was not insane, not in the sense that he was in control of himself. He was in better control of himself than anyone she knew, except perhaps herself. Peter could delay any desire as long as he needed to. He could conceal any emotion, and so Valentine knew that he would never hurt her in a fit of rage. He would only do it if the advantages outweighed the risks, and they did not. In a way, she actually preferred Peter to other people because of this. He always acted out of intelligent self-interest. And so, to keep herself safe, all she had to do was make sure it was more in Peter's interest to keep her alive than to have her dead. "Valentine, things are coming to a head. I've been tracking troop movements in Russia." "What are we talking about?" "The world, Val. You know Russia, big empire, the Second Warsaw Pact, rulers of Eurasia from the Netherlands to Pakistan." "They don't publish their troop movements, Peter." "Of course not, but they do publish their passenger and freight train schedules. I've had my desk analyzing those schedules and figuring out when the secret troop trains are moving over the same tracks. Done it backward over the past 3 years. In the last 6 months, they've stepped up. They're getting ready for war. Land war." "But what about the League? What about the buggers?" Valentine didn't know what Peter was getting at, but he often launched discussions like this, practical discussions of world events. He used to test his ideas and refine them in the process. She also